Today's podcast is brought to you by the planet Pluto. Pluto, we're out there, but we're beyond Musk's reach. Pluto, we're a planet again. I'm Simon King, and this is What's Wrong. I'm so excited. This is our first Zoom podcast. Couldn't think of a better person to Zoom podcast with than a writer and contributor to the Gambling Podcast Network.
Yeah.
Podcast, yeah, whatever.
Sports Gambling Podcast Network.
Sports Gambling Podcast, but host of the Zed Run Gambling Podcast, and my good buddy from thousands of years ago, Scott Bowser, ladies and gentlemen, live from the desert.
Yeah, buddy. I'm here in Vegas. You know, I was actually just in San Diego, and I got back yesterday afternoon. I went down to San Diego just for a day to overnight to go to a wedding real quick and came back.
An overnight wedding? That's pretty
cool. A Monday night wedding.
Monday night wedding?
Yeah.
You know what's cheaper? The venue.
Yeah, no, dude, totally. And it was like in the San Diego Harbor, like overlooking downtown. Wow. Everything was beautiful. Yeah.
But Mondays get a bad rap. They're actually a good day of the week. People don't like it because I think they're a whole generation influenced by Garfield comics.
Well, my friend's wife, you know, I have a theory about that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Garfield hates Monday so much is because that's the day John goes back to work after cuddling with them all weekend.
Oh, I thought it was the high from the cocaine of the weekend wore off. And he just woke up with crazy blues. He just looks at the little lasagna pans. What the fuck did I do?
It's like I tried to make it actually sweet, you know?
And you can't do that.
I can't be sincere ever.
I like that too. I just realized too that in this because we're this, like I said, this is the first time we've Zoom podcast, so we're getting used to the setup. It looks like I'm podcasting to you from an underwater resort. You know what I mean? It looks like,
dude. No, honestly, it almost looks like you're in Saddam's bunker, dude.
Yeah, it looks like this is
one of those like terrorist videos that's like
the troops are surrounding
studio in the.
It really looks like Radio Free Ukraine or something. It's like they have taken the steel plant, but we are strong anyway. What's the deal with bread and butter? Radio Free Ukraine. But we did manage to bring the sign with us. It's the only thing we could pack in an overnight escape on the train was the sign. And
that's hilarious. And you know what? It's showing up backwards to me because of
is
the
it
camera.
showing up backwards? No, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
Because all our audience are dyslexics. They're all dyslexic. You should see the fan mail. Ugh.
The Namas Nick to Cospa.
Namas Nick to Sakapot top. To Sakapot top.
It's Turkish.
I'm gonna get canceled for that because people think I'm doing an accent.
Yeah, you do.
So my Uber driver to Sakop.
Yeah, you accidentally just made fun of like the Turkish prime minister and didn't even know it, dude.
Oh man, you don't want to mess with Turkey; they'll make you sleepy. And with us, as always, you can't hear him, ladies and gentlemen at home. Oh, and by the way, and if you're listening to this, you could be watching this. You could be watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/thecitizenstrange. Why the fuck are you not watching it? You could see the beautiful Scott Bowser. You could see the blue tinted, weird Times Square jerk off booth lighting that we have. And also my effervescent producer Mikey Greenwood, who you can't see or hear in this episode. There's his thumb. And I swear you can. I'm not holding up his severed hand. That's his thumb attached to his body still.
Is my lighting good here, or should I set it? I have another light. I can walk over here.
Buddy. I love your background. I love that.
Yeah,
background.
A little painting
great.
back there.
I love it. Yeah. You got cherry blossoms. I've got like some sort of weird Dracula cape.
It's actually like a cluttered mess behind me, but like I cover it well. Like camera work does wonders.
You're close enough to the camera that you can with your body you can cover what's behind you. I cannot. I've actually worn black too because I want people to think that I'm just a floating head and hands. That's what I think. Because that's really what people want out of their comics now.
Like Max Headroom.
Yeah, I'm saving up so that only people who join my OnlyFans can see me in a shirt that isn't dark. I've got very limited OnlyFans.
Yeah. I'm gonna set up an OnlyFans where it's just pictures of me with a Hitler mustache. It's like, you want to see the dirty stuff?
This is the shit that'll get me canceled. And you have to pay $20 a month.
You gotta pay to see this. It's hilarious.
Well, I know that OnlyFans, they like tried to set it up. They were like, oh, it's gonna be a platform, like a Patreon type idea where you can sign up and it was like, nah, porn. And they're like, but then they're like, we're gonna stop doing it. And then they're like, holy shit, have you seen the numbers? That's not good. Let's redo
it. We kind of need the porn here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like if TikTok had nudity, OnlyFans would go out of business tomorrow. So like I guess they probably work together. TikTok is just a disaster. Are you any good at TikTok?
No, I don't have an account.
Good for you.
I see them come on like Instagram, and I think I'm having a stroke.
Yeah, I can't.
And then I realized, no, I'm just a middle-aged guy.
Yeah. And it's like for comedy, because everyone's like, you got to post your videos on TikTok and you'll go viral, and then people will come to your shows, and you don't have to be in Canada all the time.
Fuck all that going viral shit. Dude, I've had viral tweets before. That doesn't do shit for you.
Doesn't do shit. No. I changed my last name legally to Kardashian, and things have never been better. I just. I
have a burner fake Kardashian account for Karen Kardashian, the sister that didn't want to be on the show.
Karen Kardashian. Oh, I love that. Oh, fuck. Just getting mad at people in dog parks, but like
I just found this picture. I found a picture of this ugly old fat Armenian lady like playing chess.
Oh, Karen Kardashian. Oh,
that's Karen Kardashian.
I love the idea of like, because that was like what Trump's niece or whatever married Trump, and she's the one that like she's like, oh, he's a piece of shit, and we're all like, but Karen Kardashian would be great if she's like, what you really don't know about them is that they always eat with their feet or something weird like
I would always talk about catching Rob jerking off all the time.
Yeah, Kim has broken so many toilet seats. We don't know what to do anymore. You know, it's like we
she left some floaters this morning.
Kanye left her. Oh man, Kanye's gone fucking bonkers. Hey, I don't even follow that guy.
I did see.
Yeah,
he started like a cult, right?
Did he start a cult finally?
Dude, he's okay. It's like
West is best.
It's like a non-accredited school. Private school where all the kids' parents have to sign an NDA.
Well, that's a good sign.
So you tell me if that's a cult or not.
What the fuck is going on there, hey?
It's not accredited. I mean,
he's got because he's got hats now that say 2024, and I'm like, he's gonna run. Which I mean, at this point, he's fucking bonkers. And then he has what do you have, that White Lives Matter shirt? He wore that. White Lives Matter. And that's what he's wearing. I'm like, I don't know if you understand how this works, Kanye, but people pay attention to what you do.
I think he's like extremely bipolar.
You think?
Just kind of, and he goes with it. Whereas usually most people that are that bipolar don't become billionaires.
Yeah, that's the thing is he's got the ear of people because I think he's on the spectrum. I think he's got something going on there.
He's got money, but he's got the money and like the fan base where people put up with a lot of his shit, and he doesn't seem like the kind of like guy to surround himself with people that'll tell him no.
Yeah, that's exactly like I think you get to a point where your brain just sort of gets like apparently that was the thing with Justin Bieber. Everyone hacks on Justin Bieber, kind of as they should, but also that guy was like that famous from when he was like 15. His brain's gonna be broken. Like you imagine, like, man, if I give my kid 2 treats in a row, he starts walking around like Empire of the Sun. Like he's just like, do this for me, do that. And that's it. Like, if he has 2 hours of TV in a day, he fucking loses his mind. I can imagine if you just gave him a Lamborghini and whores. He'd go like if 16 years old, unlimited whores and Lamborghinis, you'd fucking go insane. You could
when I lived in North Hollywood, I almost got ran over by a yellow Lamborghini or like Ferrari or whatever, and I swear it was Bieber because he lived not far from there in the valley. Did he? In like Sherman Oaks or whatever? Yeah,
just came around the corner.
Or Encino, one of those.
I don't even know. I was gonna say singing is, but I don't even know one of his songs. I really don't know one of his songs.
Oh, he's got the I think the baby.
Yeah, I think that's most songs.
Dude, honestly,
just someone saying "baby, baby" is most pop songs. I don't know. Yeah, I think you just did all of like
you can say anybody. I just did their catalog. Yeah.
Good for you. Oh, really? Simon and Garfunkel? Baby, baby. That song. You ready to call up a radio station? You guys take requests? Yeah. A baby, baby. Oh, we've got that one. And then just whatever they play.
Yeah.
Kanye's got a cult. Hey. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't know, like any kind of school, like it's because I guess it's a school. They're all wearing uniforms.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, and then like I said, the parents signed the NDA, but like it's not accredited, which means you don't actually get your diploma or your degree or whatever.
So he just has basically it's a school, that you can't. The degree means nothing. I assume it costs money
It's
to join.
basically a daycare center. It sounds like a cult, really. Like
Yeah,
if you're
that's
paying
totally
that
a
much,
cult. Yeah, it's totally a cult. Like I think even Jonestown, they gave you a certificate of completion. I mean, no one ever got it. But
I had to go through last month. I had to go through OSHA training, 2 days straight. It was like 10, and then they ran it late a couple days because this one asshole in there kept asking questions. But like, dude, they just gave me like a certification at the like a participation certificate like at the end.
yeah.
But it was like ran by these old boomers that were all like hell bent
Oh
on.
my god.
You must know the old OSHA safety policy. And then I was like,
no.
really? You guys are gonna make all this big of a deal that I gotta do this and then give me a participation trophy. Good job,
Jesus.
guys.
You know what? You want to get me to pay attention if someone's giving me a safety course. Send in a guy with one hand. Because that guy I'll listen to, because he's like, hey, guess what?
Dude,
like
I'm proof.
If he's missing an eye and 4 fingers, he's like, hey, you want to learn about drill presses? Fuck yeah, I do. I do, absolutely.
Dude, a few months ago, my buddy sent me a video of a guy just getting sucked into a lathe and like an industrial like shot, like
Jesus Christ.
His entire body just splatters
sucked
up
into
in
a lathe.
Air. Yeah, like a huge,
Jesus
massive, like
Christ.
50-foot long like lathe, the kind of thing. Like they're making like shit for like to like build buildings with, you know.
Oh my god! And he got sucked in.
And he gets sucked in.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
I mean, he just immediately turned to bits and just kind of flew up in the air.
Jesus Christ! You know, the worst one I ever heard of was the guy who was working at like the Bumblebee Tuna Factory or whatever. Do you ever hear that one? And he got accidentally got locked in the giant oven with the tuna. He died in the giant tuna oven. He died. He they said 3rd-degree burns and then shock is what killed him. But it was like he basically was cooked alive with tuna.
Oh,
and you know that there was some management guy who was like, well, I mean, how much of it is
like,
you know, there's some guys like,
do we have to start listing like, okay, like, because they always got to say there's like, oh, there's less than 0.005% rat feces in here, but that's legal. It's like, oh,
there's very little Carlos in every can. That poor fucking guy, man. Like what? Like you just go to work that day and you're like, oh, clean the inside of the giant oven. Well, okay.
Dude, you heard about how the guy, what is it? The guy that invented the flaming hot Cheetos?
No.
Okay, well, his was from an accident at work where one of the things broke and like the Cheetos didn't get seasoned, so they had all these unseasoned Cheetos.
Really?
And so he took them home and then tried to recreate like elote, like the Mexican style like corn on the cob.
Yeah.
And so he tried to recreate that flavor, and he came up with flaming hot Cheetos. Basically, took them back. Everybody loved them. Yeah. And he's now like, dude. And now he's like on the board of directors there or whatever. Like they promoted him.
Well, yeah, you would.
Idea.
If your guy comes up with flaming hot Cheetos, what I love about that is that he has to take home all the uncooked Cheetos, and someone was like, "Sure," you know what I mean? Like, what goes on there? Like, admittedly, it ended up fine, but like, why has no one ever made a biopic about that guy? He's just working there, and he's like, "Oh, I want to take home these treats that look like fingers. I think I know what I'll do." And just like fucking loads them into the back of his car. Where you going, Dave? I have an idea. You know. Like no, it's what he was gonna do with him.
It would be a fascinating movie, you know. Yeah. Like, and the thing is like usually a company like that would just steal the person's idea, take all the credit, and but like they actually promoted him properly and gave him like a piece of the action on it. Yeah, I
think if you invent flaming hot Cheetos and you basically, because Cheetos they were in a rut. They're at that point. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'll say this: by the time you came up with flaming hot Cheetos, the guy who invented Cool Ranch Doritos had long overworn his welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, the Cool Ranch guys just trying to Cool Ranch everything. Cool Ranch Cheetos, get the fuck out of here. All right, Dave? Get the fuck out of here.
You know, they actually have like stuff like that now where like they do like the Lay's crossover stuff. So you get like Dorito cheese flavored Lay's potato chips kind of stuff. Like,
did they have it in the States up here? They had a competition where you had to come up with new Lay's flavors.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The biscuits and gravy one was really good.
Biscuits and gravy was good. I kept submitting things like depression. Like I wanted all of the chips to be just broken, just plain chips with no salt, just all broken, or like sad, or like dead ant, like your aunt had died and it tastes like the sadness of.
I would have done like possum fritters.
Possum fritters. Oh my god, that's my country music name. I'm so glad that you asked about it. Hi everybody, I'm Possum Fritters, and Justin Bieber tried to kill me with his Lamborghini. Why do you not just have a whole? You should go like get in touch with TMZ now that it's years after the fact and be like, I think you guys should know that Justin Bieber almost killed me 8 years ago.
Yeah, dude, it's like longer than that, like 10 years ago.
When did you leave LA?
Oh, like 3 years ago, over 3 years ago.
Wow, fuck.
May of 2019. Yeah.
Holy shit. Well, I haven't been because I was thinking about that because, like, obviously because of plague and stuff, I haven't been down there in a long time. And I was going to go down and do some podcasting and some recording, just hang out. Just haven't been in LA in a long time. And it was like I kind of got into my head because 2019 was the last time I went down, sort of around May and April, May. And I was like, I want to go down, and then I kind of kept pushing it down the road. And then for some reason up here, we're having a very late summer. Like it's still warm, but the sun's going down more rapidly because of course it's getting late. And I swear to God, it feels like Los Angeles a lot of the time. Like it smells like LA, like that weird pavement smell. I don't know whether it's just getting into my head. I'm like, I feel like I don't believe in kismet and shit like that, but I think that Vancouver is telling me to go to Los Angeles. Like it's like you need good tacos. I'm like, I do need good tacos. I need to see my friends and stuff. But
yeah, no, like I just was in Southern California yesterday.
Yeah. Did you drive or fly?
Monday.
You must have flown. Right?
I drove.
You drove? How far is it from Vegas to? It's not that far. Right?
Here to San Diego, like 5.5 hours.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. Yeah. See, that's the difference in America, in the United States. If you drive 5.5 hours, you can go from major cool city to major cool city. In Canada, particularly in the West, if you drive for 5.5 hours, you go from pretty good city to gas station. Like there's nothing out here. It's fucking empty.
It's also about a 5.5 hour drive from here to San Francisco, which is pretty cool.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I like San Francisco, man.
So do I.
like
San
Francisco.
And then
it's got Vancouver vibe.
And I've done this because I used to work here in Vegas, like in my early 20s years ago, where I would stay out here during the week for work, and then go back home to LA on the weekends. And so like I know the drive so dialed in, where I've done it in like 3 hours and 30 minutes from LA to Vegas.
Holy shit, dude, that's
fast. You got to leave at the right time where there's no traffic, all that,
traffic,
you know. Yeah.
That's the thing out here is like the road is so fucking ridiculous in BC, and the problem with BC and Western Canada, but British Columbia particularly, is when the weather changes on us. I mean, we don't get nearly, like in the lower mainland, we don't get that much snow, but the rest of BC does. But it's so icy because it's so moist out here that the ice, it's a fucking like road work in Western Canada is absolute nightmare. Like I used to do the drive to LA all the time. Back when I was first in LA, like when I first met you, I was too broke to fly and rent a car. So I could either fly and like bus around LA or walk, or I could drive and have my car down there. That was the only way to do it. And then get a hotel or whatever the fuck I was doing. And so I would get off stage in Vancouver at like, 10 at night, have my car already packed, literally just go home, say goodbye to my wife, get in the car, fuck off to LA. I would get there in time to get a shower and then do a show that night so I could maximize my time. This is when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, that's got to be like a 20-hour drive, right?
21. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah. It's a good solid drive. But like I say, it's that thing. If you drive through the night, it's quicker. You can bang out Washington and Oregon in like 8.5 hours. Like you can fucking hammer those down.
But I know it's like 12 hours from Humboldt to
LA. California is the big
one. That drive a few times.
Yeah, it's a big one. So it's like, and I was looking at like I wanted to go up and do Savage Henry and stuff like that because like I wanted to, because you do Savage Henry Club, right?
Yeah, I've done that several years.
Yeah. And so I was looking into stuff like that, and I was like, just looking at the logistics of that, and I was like, I would drive that from Vancouver. That'd be, because I do like the drive. I do actually like the drive, just not practical.
I do like the drive from Southern California to Vegas through the Mojave Desert, through San Bernardino County and stuff. Like the desert's an amazing drive, and that and specifically that part of the Interstate 15 that goes from Vegas to, because then like it's kind of cool when you start getting into the Southwest, where you start looking at like, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, New Mexico.
I'd like to kick around down there. I've never been down there really. Like
they're all desert states, right? But you can almost tell exactly where the state line is.
Yeah.
Because each desert looks different. If I don't know, like the rock formations are just different, and they're different colors the second you get into the other state.
I've heard Utah is beautiful, man. Like
I've actually never been, and I'm only like an hour and 45 minutes from the like southern Utah, like St. George.
Really? Because I always get a little confused with the geography down there. So it's California, like on the bottom, it's California, Nevada, and then Arizona, right? Is that correct? And then Texas.
Yeah, like Arizona's on the Mexico border.
So California.
So like, okay, if you were to go across the bottom, like on the Mexico border, it'd be like California, Arizona, New Mexico, then Texas.
So Nevada,
and you would have the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay, so you'd have to go down and over. Okay, I get that. So
like we're just like north of Arizona. That's the thing is you don't quite realize, but like in terms of California, Vegas, we're like we're like like almost closer to San Francisco in terms of like how far north we are on the map.
Yeah. Well, it's deceptive too because it's like that's the thing with British Columbia too, is like you don't realize how fucking massive it is because it's the same size as the entire west coast of the United States, right? And so, but you can't drive it straight. It's not possible. Like in you can if you hop on the 5 at the border with Canada, you can just take the 5 all the way down to the fucking border. You can just go. You can just fucking hammer it down.
You can go Canada and Mexico straight on the 5.
Yeah, straight on. But you can't in BC. You can't do that. You can take the 1 up to a certain point, and then it veers off. Like it's still the 1, but it veers off weirdly to the east because there's no way to go straight up. So instead of being able to drive straight, it's like a 36-hour drive to Whitehorse because you just can't drive straight.
I've done PCH basically from like San Diego up to like Santa Barbara like a couple times. And like the thing is when you get to like the Long Beach part, you basically there's that part where PCH just cuts inland. It cuts around the whole Long Beach Peninsula and all that. And that's like the hood. PCH is just the hood with no beach in sight for a while.
So you're like the Pacific Ghetto Highway. Oh, that's fun. Good. I do like that drive. Because last time I did the drive was like 2014, and we drove up from all the way from LA, all the way past Big Sur and everything. And that was fucking beautiful. I do like that drive, man.
So I keep seeing on local TV commercials for this Casablanca casino, and it looks awesome. And it's like a golf resort. And I play golf. So I'm like, oh, this looks so cool. And they have like all these like local specials. But I kept thinking for some reason it was like 4 hours away. So I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And then I found out it's only like an hour and a half away.
Oh, really?
It's like right by the Arizona border. And I'm like, oh, dude, I got to go do that.
That's cool. Yeah, we don't have any fucking cool shit up here. All we've just got is like, we got just little like towns, and then like the towns are so small. But the thing is, it's good for comedy because like it really does sharpen the fuck out of your material because these are not places you can even fly to. Like right before I do a special, I'll do like a small town. Like I'll do a run where I go to like, so I'll do like a tour of all the good markets that I know where I can sell tickets to get the special tuned. And then right before I record, I'll go to all places that I would never have any business going to see if it works. And because if it works there, then it fucking works, right?
Then it's good, yeah.
And then I can put it on YouTube and no one can watch it. That's my goal, right?
One thing about Vegas that's kind of sneaks up on people is the elevation here. It's like 4,300 feet above sea level.
I didn't realize that.
And like, I mean, when you think about like Denver and like the Rocky Mountains is like 5,300. It's only like 1,000-foot difference. It's not that much.
That's not that much at all.
It's sneaky elevation in the desert. Yeah.
The old sneaky elevation.
You gotta just creep right up on you, pop your ears.
So cults, we were talking briefly about cults. I want to get, what's your favorite cult? Pick a cult. What's your favorite cult in the last 50 years?
Scientology, man, undefeated.
That's a good one, right,
dude?
Yeah. Scientology.
They went like, I mean, you could say like Manson and like Jonestown, but like, dude, Scientology were like, no, we're gonna be legit. We're gonna go tax exempt.
Oh yeah, no, they fucking nailed it. They went corporate cult.
Are you familiar with The Wire?
Good. Yeah, I'm familiar with The Wire. Yeah.
Like they achieved like what Stringer Bell always wanted to achieve of legitimacy in the business world.
Yeah.
With how they ran their cult.
Never even thought about that. L. Ron Hubbard, he fucking, that's the thing is like, if you never mind, because like Jonestown and stuff, they always copied everyone else's religion. It's always like God or whatever. But this guy, like, because that's like going in and like, I'm just gonna, I'm gonna flip this house. That's what Jonestown was. Flip it,
Yeah.
But Scientology's like, no. Whole new thing, and it's gonna be batshit insane. Like that's what's gonna be.
We're playing a long con here.
Atom bombs and DC-10s and fucking Xenu, and that's what we're doing. And everyone's like, "You're out of your mind." He's like, "I'll fucking get a movie star on board." And sure enough, it's bonkers. Yeah. It's bonkers,
dude. And like they have like their own navy.
They have the Scientology has a navy.
Basically, what? It's like there's the Sea Org, like they're elite people. Dude, you got to watch the Leah Remini
I didn't know they had a navy.
Dude, they basically have their own navy because like L. Ron Hubbard wore like captain's hat all the time, and like like he fancied himself like a nautical guy. And dude, yeah, they basically have like their own like fleet.
Jesus, I didn't know that. You're allowed to do that? A fleet?
I mean,
can you put together a flotilla if you?
I think you can, dude.
You know what?
I want to know how legal submarines are. That's what I've always wanted.
Submarines are wicked legal. You can have a submarine if you want. You can't have a ballistic missile submarine. You're not allowed to have that.
No, you can't
But
have
you can
that.
have, because I saw a thing about a guy who's like, he builds custom submarines for rich cunts who like have nothing, like they just
Oh,
total
dude, I
fucking
would,
waste
I would
of money.
become a crazy drug smuggler with one of those.
Dude, could you imagine just having a submarine? Like, never mind. Like, all you say, you're just a billionaire hanging out with all your billionaire friends, and they're all like, "I got a private jet, I got this," and you're like, hey, "Check this out," and you just take them to the basement. You just keep going down, and then just full on Jules Verne, like that style of submarine, just bing.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is going on down here? And you're like, oh yeah, I control the seas. You know what I mean?
Dude, remember Get a Life with Chris Elliott?
Yeah.
There's an episode where him and his dad, like, he ordered a build your own submarine at home kit from the back of a comic book. And then it finally got delivered 20 years later. So him and his dad built it, but it was basically that setup. Like, they tried to build it in the bathroom. So the whole bathroom was just this submarine they built. It was one of the funniest things.
Submarine, of all the boats, submarine is the funniest boat, I think, because hovercraft's pretty funny, but submarine is like, if you're going for a joke, submarine. You know what I mean? Like,
all
I can't
the way.
think of anything that's funnier than that. Like,
dude, especially
hydrofoil, get the fuck out of here.
You pull the submarine up to the surface and you pop the hatch and you wave at everybody.
Oh yeah, it's the funniest boat.
Pop it back down and go back underwater.
If you're a James Bond villain and you're not using a submarine, what the fuck are you even doing? Why are you even trying? You know?
Okay. It's another funny boat, but it's a very region specific, and I've always wanted to go on one of these. I've never been on one. Is the fan boats like you see in the swamp?
Oh yeah, fan boats are hilarious. Fan boat, because you've got
fan boats are very funny
because you've just got, because it's the people who drive them too. That's what you think.
Yeah.
Just like
dude, in every movie you ever see a fan boat in, there's always one where like it jumps over a reef of dry land and like lands it, like hops it, but like blows over it back into the water on the other side,
flipping over gators. Yeah, come get me, you fuck piece of shit.
Yeah, dude.
How come they don't remake the Dukes of Hazzard but with fan boats? Come on, guys. I would be on board.
That's easy. Or Smoking the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit with fan boats. Why can't we just have the Fall Guy, Smoking the Bandit, A-Team, and Dukes of Hazzard all on fan boats? Come on. Where the fuck is the network?
We need a fan boat renaissance.
Well, we call it only fan boats. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back. We have more words from the planet Pluto. Pluto. Bet you forgot about us, hey? Pluto. All right. Hold on a second. Pluto. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Not that you went anywhere, but I went everywhere. Oh my God, I'm so exhausted. I have a stitch. I feel like more and more like
I robbed the bank.
You robbed the bank? You don't look like, you know what? You look like the calmest bank robber ever. It's like, hey, why don't you that's just a guy who like can't he can't figure out whether he's picking up a girl or robbing a bank. Hey, why don't you come back to my place and put all the money in the bag? What?
Yeah, I'm like Robert De Niro in Heat, you know. I'm just real professional.
You know what I call Robert De Niro? Bobby Denise. And he doesn't like it when I do that. What the fuck? You had mentioned that you, because we were talking underrated cults, and because you said Scientology, I think they've got a navy. So
based on recent world events, you got to give the Unitarian Church some credit. They just off the Prime Minister of Japan. Dude.
Was that the Unitarians did that?
I believe it was like a guy heavily involved with the Unitarian Church, and it was like obvious it came from them. Like
the Unitarians had Abe whacked.
Yeah.
Fuck! Wow, that's amazing.
That's the story I'm going with.
That's amazing.
I don't know any other journalists have a balls to report that.
You know what, man? I've learned anything about the internet. It's that shock sells, buddy. Like on TikTok, we'll just TikTok. That's the tastiest and mintiest of all these social media apps.
I think I'm closer to the truth on that than I'm not. I'll say that.
You know what? I like that style of reporting. I think I'm closer to the truth than I'm not close to the truth on that. Is it true? I don't know. But
I don't know. You guys go figure it out. Go fact check me, motherfuckers.
Did you see that Alex Jones has to pay $1 billion?
Yeah, dude.
That's gonna be a fucking bitch because he doesn't have any money.
He lean in on a bad bit, man.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. Like he just took it too far, thinking the laugh would come. He chased that dragon all the way to bankruptcy. Like, what's he gonna do? $1 billion? That's it. That's your life. You're done.
Yeah, he can't sell enough elk semen to fucking. There's not all the nutritional supplements he sells. Like what was it like? Like, oh yeah, this is some fucking goat chud.
Yeah,
Fucking
goat shot.
eat this. You'll be a man like me. Like
German Shepherd Chode. It's which is the name of a famous fighter pilot. We are about halfway through. You know what it's time for? You can't hear him at home, but Mikey, what's it time for? Let's get random. And what this is I found on the internet while I was researching, looking around one day, a random topic generator for people with social problems. And so what I thought, this would be the best thing. And you can set it up to do anything and talk to people, talk to like, oh, it's a romantic one. It's talk to your friends and family. So we set it to general and see what it comes up with. And that's our random topic generator. So Mikey's got the generator open. He's going to tell me, I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to go from there. So that's what random is. Okay, Mikey, what's our random?
What is the difference between romance and love for you?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
what is the difference between romance and love for you?
Okay. Well, for me, the difference between you like the old junior high question where you say it, the question, you answer by saying it back, so it makes more words on your paper.
Oh yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, you put the fill in double spaced.
Yeah.
Double spacing your answer.
Yeah. I don't know. I think love. Oh no, romance is basically someone you're like intimate with on like a more of a romantic level. Whereas like love, fuck, dude. Like I love my friends, my brother, and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you know.
Yeah, love is more wide ranging. You know.
Yeah. What love's a bigger tent. How about that?
That's a good way to put it. I think that's exactly. I mean, yeah, because if you took that as like. Yeah, because the romantic thing, you usually, you have a romantic partner at a time, and that's your romantic partner, sometimes for your life, sometimes for at that period of time. But you rarely have numerous romantic partners unless you're me. You know what I mean? Look at me, guys. But I mean,
if you go to the key parties with me on Saturday nights.
They're the key parties, but it's everyone puts their fob in the bowl, but because of the magnets, everything gets erased and no one goes home. And so,
I'm hip. I'm hip with the new generation. We got vape pen parties.
Vape pen parties. We'll share your vape. But yeah, I think you're right. I think love is such a big love. You can love a lot of people. You can love hundreds of people, right?
You can love people you've never met.
You
can't be romantic with people you've never met.
No, they won't allow that. No, they won't. Especially if you can't be romantic with strangers in their bushes. It's like we were in a romantic relationship. He was not aware of it. I was in the bushes. But the point is,
and it's like, okay, like there's no other love like a parent's love for their children kind of thing. The parents don't get romantic. Not all parents get. Most parents don't get romantic with their children. How about
one
that?
would hope. Right. Yeah.
Let's just hope,
Yeah, that would be ideal. Yeah. I don't know. That was a good question, though. That was less of a random question. Normally they're like, what kind of soup do you like? But like, because it's designed.
Yeah, I had some lobster bisque earlier. Now that you asked,
you're at a dinner thing with your boss and you don't know what to say, so you look up the random topic generator and you go up and like go, so when did you learn to write? Like, like some stupid shit like that. And it's just like, oh shit, the new guy from
how old were you when you started reading?
Yeah, but you can't just walk up to your boss and be like, what's the difference between romance and love? Because you're going to HR the next morning. Like, yeah, that new creepy guy fucking asked me what the difference between romance and love was, and we're taking his stock packet away. Let's give another one, Mikey. Let's have another random.
Have you ever had a child? Did you have a childhood pet? What was your favorite one?
Did you have a childhood pet, and what was your favorite one?
We had a dog, a couple cats, and so I'd probably say I like the dog and the cat. They were both pretty cool because and we had them both together there for a little while before the cat died. But like, our cat was really cool because he had his bottom lip ripped off in a fight, so he just had this permanent snarl.
Oh wow!
And he was like really sweet and really nice cat, but like he just looked
like tough. Yeah, he looked like tough as shit.
He was pretty cool. The dog was pretty sweet too. Like it was fun playing with him.
I never know with like childhood pets what my favorite one was. I know what my least favorite one was. I killed one by accident. I fell on a cat and I crushed its head. I'm not
Oh
kidding. Yeah,
no.
when I was like 9 years old or something, I fell. I just as kids fall, right? Plus I was drunk, but I mean I fell. I fell, and its head was underneath me when I fell, and it broke its neck. But it was like flopping. It's a core memory. I'll never forget that.
Oh,
It was
man.
like one of those things where it's like sometimes you think like what informs your life, and you're like
Yeah.
now I'll be at like the park with
Yeah.
my kid, and I'll have this moment of like just picturing. I'm like, ah, I don't want him to flop around. Oh, dude, I'm so
Shit.
careful of not crushing. I've not killed another being by falling on them since.
Yeah,
But that was the only one time in my life I actually killed anything by falling on it.
I was thinking about getting a new cat here, and I decided just to get a how to grow your own bonsai tree set.
That's better. I mean, bonsai is not going to fucking wake you up at 2:00 in the morning by throwing up on you, you know?
No.
And if it does, that's a magical fucking bonsai you got right there, right?
Yeah, right.
I couldn't Sophie. So we had so many animals when I was growing up. I couldn't Sophie's choice them. Like, I mean, if the Nazis were going to take one of the cats away, I don't know which one it would be. You know, it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a couple of cats that were fucking assholes. My parents always had so many animals.
We
that they
had
just-
one cat that got ran over by a car. That was really cool, and it sucked. He was only like 3 or
Mm.
4 years old or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like cars are fucking. You can't like that's the thing is like that's when people say, oh, like having a dog is like having a kid. I'm like, yeah, but if your dog gets run over by a car, it's a tragedy. If your kid gets run over by a car, you're going to jail for negligence. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you can't be like, well, I'll let him play in the street. He likes to run after
Yeah,
cars.
he likes to run out there.
A fucking 4-year-old running after a fucking car. He chases cars. He's good. He's good.
But my
he's a
my
good kid.
girlfriend did accuse me of having new mommy syndrome from my bonsai sprouts.
You're really
I
into
have
the
3
bonsai,
that
eh?
have sprouted. Yeah, I just have 3 that have sprouted up. So they're not like trees yet or anything. They're just little sprouts.
So I never understood with bonsai. Is the bonsai itself just a tree that does not grow very large, like a Danny DeVito's tree, or is it because we always mention Danny DeVito, or is it like a foot binding thing where you bind the tree and make it tiny?
No, they're just basically like bushes and stuff that it's about how you manicure it and like trim it and stuff.
So it's like a mini topiary type
Yeah,
idea?
so anything can be a bonsai tree. It just depends on do you miniaturize it and try and like build a little world around it like it's a giant thing, you know. And
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
but could you do that with like carrots and shit? You know what I mean? Like, could you do it with like, could you have like a mini
yeah, you
grapevine?
could do. Yeah, you could. People do it with like basil and oregano and stuff.
Really? You can have like a
Yeah.
little mini grapevine and have like a little tiny Italian figurine that you put out. Hey, we'll make it
Yeah,
a wine. You know, like
exactly.
make a delicious wine.
I'm sure you could do that, dude. I'm sure there's someone doing that.
My parents are moving, and when they move, my dad's going to finally set up a train set that he hasn't set up for fucking 35, 40 years. And he's been wanting to do it forever and ever. English guys in their trains. Oh, look, he goes around in circles. Well, toot, toot, toot. Anyway, so he's happy with it, but he's going to set up all these scenes, and I'm already thinking about the shit that I'm going to hide in his train set, because the older he gets, the less aware he'll be. And I'm going to like just put like fucking just Hitler. You know, like just put shit in
You know
there.
what, dude? You got to get into making your own little miniatures, right?
Oh, I got to make my own miniatures, dude.
Make your own miniatures that he can include into his little into his world, like, you know, that'll be like to scale basically.
Yeah.
And like that's a really sweet gift and like a gesture that you do on your behalf to him.
Yeah.
You can sneak all kinds of subversive shit into it too that
Pretty
he wouldn't
cool.
notice.
Like a Banksy, I could sneak a Banksy.
Yeah.
Like some guy doing a Banksy in his train set. Oh man. What's Mike? We got another random?
Yes, we do. I was gonna say, did you ever think of leaving me? Which is a bit.
Did you ever think of leaving me? See, that's not a
Whoa.
random topic generator. You can't
Yeah,
just
well,
start a
like-
conversation. You can't go to someone at a bus stop and be like, "Oh, this is awkward. Did you ever think of leaving me?" And they're like, "Yeah, on the next bus."
These
You
are the
fucking psycho.
psychopaths you hear about, or you're like, yeah, I went on a date with this girl. She said this to me right away. And you're like, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah,
You know
because
what,
the poor
they-
people. Yeah.
I had it on couples.
Oh, we had it on couples.
Oh, yeah.
But even then,
Sorry.
even then, that's heavy as shit, though. Like, if that's a random topic generator, like, oh man, I've been with this woman for 20 years. I don't know what to say to her anymore. Did you ever think of, oh shit? She's just like,
Oh, I opened up the can.
never even occurs to her she can leave.
Next
know what I
thing
mean?
you're rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. It's going down, dude. You're not.
I love the idea of that. Just like she doesn't know she can leave until a random topic generator fucks up their life. I think it would be a great short film would be just to have a person who lives their entire life but can only communicate with the random topic generator, and then eventually they meet like as a guy who just communicates with the random topic generator, just alienates people, but he's all by himself. He's fucking lost everything. He's just sitting on the side, sitting on a park bench, and there's a woman next to him, and she sees him, and she's like, picks up her phone and opens the random topic generator. That's how they communicate.
And they both say the same thing at the same time.
Yeah. So what's your favorite kind of tree?
Do you like Portuguese canned fish?
Salted or unsalted butter? Oh my God. But then that's it. Their entire relationship is that. Because random topic generator, I bet you could do a great TikTok channel where all you did was every day you just picked up a random and then you just acted it out. You know what I mean? Like whatever the random topic generators for that day. Just
I mean, I couldn't, but someone else probably could do that.
Yeah, well, someone with motivation who wanted
to
do shit, so.
Wants to do something. Yeah.
We were talking about cults, and I had I don't know why we keep going back to cults, but
because they're fascinating.
They're very fascinating.
And they bring in they bring in the numbers, let's face it.
They do bring in the numbers. And I thought I wanted to see a biopic of John C. Reilly as Jim Jones.
Oh, that would be cool.
Like when they're like, "Hey, welcome to Jonestown. I'm Jesus." You know, like just like this fucked up thing. It's like everybody, you don't want to be here? No, you leave. You know, like just but it's like serious. It's like Jonestown. Who's like, hey, have something to drink. Just chill out. You know.
Dude, we just gunned down a U.S. congressman.
Hey, they're gonna come and take all your freedom, so you better drink that stuff. Just Jonestown. So who would you have as your favorite cult? Like that's if you could biopic cult leaders or despots, like because everyone goes with their standard despot. Like first of all, who hasn't had a
big
movie
Gaddafi guy?
There you go. Who would be a good Gaddafi? Like if you had to pick a Gaddafi, like an actor to play
Sacha
Gaddafi.
Baron Cohen.
He kind of did though with the dictator, though, didn't he?
Yeah, you're right. That's
kind of did.
Too cheesy. Okay, let me take that one back. Gaddafi.
Timothy Chalamet. Anyway, he'd be a good Gaddafi.
Oh, dude, no, I want Pedro Pascal.
Oh, wow, that's a good choice. That is a good choice. Wow.
I think he could bring like the pompous nature of it all.
Yeah, I think he totally get it. You know what I did see? Speaking of despots, I saw ages ago. Now it came out, Last King of Scotland. I thought that was a really good despot movie. Like if you got a despot movie, Idi Amin, you know, one of your less popular despots, not up there. When you're talking death toll, not up there, right? And it's like everyone. Hitler's got the best PR because I mean, you know, he's just got he had the uniforms and everything and the PR, right? But like Stalin, killed way more people. He killed that many people in the eastern half of his country. He's like, yeah, fucking yeah. You know, like Stalin was just like starving to death for no fucking reason. They're like, I don't give a shit. Like make them eat their own kids. That's rough. Yeah,
Stalin killed like way like at least
20 million people or something. Oh yeah,
I would say at least 3-4 times. And that not just 20 million just during the war.
Yeah.
Think about post-war.
Just killed everybody. Yeah, just killed them all. And all I can think is the only reason it didn't like people weren't more upset was they just enjoyed the parking. You know what I mean? Because if you kill 20 million people, there's a lot. Like all of a sudden, like how does he keep the traffic moving so quickly?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, he kills millions of people every year.
It's like the purge, you know.
It's the Russian purge. He's purge, but always backwards. That's a dyslexic.
We do it for more than 12 hours.
That's what dyslexic pirates and Russians have in common. The R is backwards. That's such a stupid dad joke. I didn't even mean to make it, but I did it anyway. And I love how you're just looking at me like, no. You look like you're about to make a call.
I was thinking about what I would do. I was thinking about how I would approach a purge. And I would spend most of my year, like my side project at that point, instead of bonsai trees, would be building Mad Max cars for people.
Oh, fuck. That'd be good. Like so if shit goes down tomorrow, say, all right, you're like, all right, purge is happening, but you have resources, you have some land, you've got a little bit of time before shit goes down in your area, but you know it's going down, right? So you got a couple acres around you. You got all the tools and shit.
Oh, if I got a couple acres around me, I'm definitely.
What's the first thing you're doing?
I'm booby trapping hopefully it's on a hill. Just booby trapping the hill.
Booby trap
up
in the
and
hill.
down,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the way
yeah,
around.
yeah.
Be trapping the-
Yeah. You
And
gotta booby
then
trap the hill.
and then I mean I'm gonna have shotguns and stuff like
So,
watchtowers up top.
but booby trap. So, what are we talking?
Guard
Booby traps.
dogs,
What are we talking? Booby traps? Like we talking big bowling balls,
like bear
on
traps and
fire that
stuff.
come down the hill. Like,
Dude, I mean, all the what depending on what region of the country I'm in. I
yeah,
a moat with alligators, I think it's not out of the question.
a moat with alligators would be fucking great.
If
Right?
not
Just in
them, at
general.
least
Just in general.
if not them piranhas,
You know what?
like thousands of piranhas.
People sleep on piranhas, and they're a fucking nasty fish. You know what I mean? And people sleep. I don't think you can eat piranha, can you?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
We had a moat with like 1,000 piranhas in it. I
Oh,
think
fuck,
2,000 piranhas.
Shit ton of piranhas. And then also, if anyone's dog shits on your lawn, fucking piranhas eat them.
Feed them to the piranhas.
And that piranha,
Yeah.
I think booby traps. Yeah, you gotta, because I think if you've got a couple weeks before shit's really gonna go south, like you can see it going.
And I
like,
would also build like a back garage with like a Mad Max mobile.
Oh yeah.
Where if
Yeah.
shit hits the fan and I'm compromised, I can bail out of the situation. Batmobile
Yeah,
style.
that's a good idea. Just fucking take off. It's just like one of those, like just jacked up like a Baja racer, so you can hop over all that shit.
Yeah. You
fuck
can go
yeah.
over everything.
Yeah, man. I think I'm too.
I mean, I am out in the
passive.
desert.
Yeah,
so-
you see, well, that's the thing is you're in the desert. Like up here, like I know what I do if I had to find a fucking tiny island. We got all these islands off the coast, little ones. Fucking fortify an island. Take them a while to get there. First of all, now if they've got limited fuel in their death boat, right? Like they're out there, like
And you're probably and if you're dude, I doubt many people would purge onto islands.
exactly right. Like
You
so
know,
the islands
like
by
that
itself-
because like that you're taking a real shot going there. You
Yeah.
don't know what you're going into on an island.
Yeah, and also, is it worth it? It's just it's just a few people living on this little shitty island. Like, is it really worth? You're out there, you got all the crazies you got to feed, the guys with the fucking gas masks and no shirts. The people look like Travis Barker. You got to take care of all them.
I would definitely garrison with like my most trusted friends out.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, because you strengthen numbers, right? Like you got to, because also the thing is you never know when you're going to need spare parts. You could lose a kidney, something's going on. You need people around you, right? You don't want to be looking for a kidney.
Dude, have like basically build like a little fortress on the hill with a bunch of fleet of Bajas, like you said.
Yeah.
Or in like your case, maybe like speedboats.
Speedboats, hovercrafts, something like that. Ekrano plans. Oh my god, I'd love an Ekrano plan. One of those. They float
dude,
right
a biplane. You gotta get one of those planes, the biplanes.
Talks away.
Lands on the water.
Say, talks away, everybody. Just like what? That's the thing is, if you
or
were a doomsday
bring it back,
prepper-
you get a submarine.
Submarine. There you go. Okay, so you got a submarine. Some of those nuclear subs, they can fucking cruise around for 3 years. They don't have to come up, right?
Yeah.
No one's gonna find you. No one's gonna find you.
I was gonna go off on my sub for the purge.
You
dude.
just you find a couple of friends who are good with nuclear submarines, right? Like that's not why you make friends with them initially, but that's fucking,
That's
it's
really
like, oh, you guys like to play pool? What do you do for a living? I'm a nuclear services technician on a Titan class submarine. That's great. You should come over and see my submarine and get familiar with it, or download all the YouTube videos about repairing nuclear submarines.
there's for sure submarine atomic sub YouTube videos. There's a YouTube video on everything.
There's gotta be atomic sub YouTube videos. I would love the idea of like it's the guy's doing YouTube videos, but it's top secret. So I'm fucking keep finding him and taking the fucking videos away. I'm gonna tell you today about how to enrich you. Oh shit! Just
I keep thinking of like a Bob Vila type of guy that like teaches it does
this old sub.
Instead of like home repairs though, it's just like, well, this week we're gonna teach you how to operate a nuclear sub.
I love that. I love that.
Dude, you know what's really cool that I've seen? Like they're I think they're big in like swamplands, but they're like amphibious vehicle things that are like it's like almost like a mini tank because it's got a bunch of wheels at the bottom.
Yeah.
Roll over anything, right?
Yeah.
But then it also just rolls straight into the water and it turns into a boat.
Oh, see, yeah, you need one of those. You need something that can, because at the end of the world, you're going to need something that can do land and air or land and water. You can't be restricted to one. You know what I mean? And I know that like Billy Burr and people like that talk about helicopters and shit, like the end of the world. It's like, dude, I'm just going to fucking take off. Like, I mean, that would be great and everything, but you're in a helicopter. They require a massive amount of maintenance. You need fuel.
Dude, and they're dangerous, man.
They're dangerous, but you run out of gas. You're floating out there. You run out of gas. You're still floating. You know what I mean? You're still floating in the water. You're still good. Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
Dude, I would get a sailboat, really. and sail around.
Well,
Like if
I
I
think,
really knew my shit, if I really did just become like a really good sailor,
yeah,
get like a sailboat and like, dude, just fish and like live
yeah.
off the fucking. I mean, I guess you got to maintain fresh water, but that you can do that at different
You
ports.
can rain catch and shit. You can do it. Did you see that guy that made his own island? He just made a fucking island by lashing like plastic shit together, and now he has an island. So at what point, how big does the island have to be before he can like join the UN or some shit? Like how big, like can he just like make an island and then he's a country?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you
can he
do
build
that?
stuff on it? Can he like walk around his island?
Yeah. It's a big fucking island. Like it's a good sized island. Like it's like, a few thousand square feet at least. And he just keeps adding
What
to
about
it.
that island? They did use Firefest.
Firefest Island.
Yeah, dude, that's what we need to do in the apocalypse, right? We need to take over
Firefest Island. Because no one will want to go there. They'll know. They'll have all seen the
exactly.
document.
People
Even
will
the
avoid it
zombie,
at all costs.
even the zombies will be like, there's no real food.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
too many bad tweets, too many negative tweets about
Too many
it.
negative tweets. Was that Ja Rule? Was it
Yeah, Ja
Rule?
Rule was one of the
Ja
guys on.
Rule. Oh my
Have you
God.
seen those documentaries about it? Like Hulu did one and Netflix did one.
I haven't seen. I know of Firefest, but I have not seen the
Okay,
documentary.
the Hulu one's better because
Really?
the Netflix one was made by the Firefest marketing people.
Oh shit.
And they made a big deal about that they're gonna like tell their side of the story and this is coming out. And then
Still not
Hulu
good.
didn't announce it at all. They just a week before the other one was scheduled to come out, they didn't
Yeah.
announce it. They just dropped it.
Fuck.
And it was
That's
like,
cold.
oh shit, yeah.
That's
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
Because I feel bad for Ja Rule because he really can't take any more hits. You know what I mean? Like Ja Rule's like he
No.
can't make any more hits, but he definitely can't take any more. Like Ja Rule's wasn't he? Didn't he have a fucking thing with 50 Cent? Was that Ja Rule?
I think so. I don't know.
Where
I don't
50
really
Cent
follow
would
that
buy
stuff.
out all the tickets at his concerts. Like 50 Cent would like buy the first 3 rows of his concert.
That's pretty
So
funny.
Ja Rule would come out to. I mean, that's if you've got money, that's the kind of shit you need to do, right? Like if you're gonna fuck with a guy, just oh man, it was sold out tonight. Just fucking nobody in the first 3 rows. Like the people are all the way back. Like what's going on? He's like, yeah, he just bought the tickets. And he's like, they're $30 each. Who gives a shit? It's like, yeah, you're giving him money, but you're just fucking him over too. I wish someone would do that for me. I wish someone hated me enough to buy all the tickets to my shows. I'll perform for nobody. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. Just
For sellout crowds of nobody. All the seats are sold, but nobody's here.
I don't care. Like,
Fuck.
hey, does anybody actually want me to do this? Okay, cool. I'll just sit here and check my phone.
Yeah, just fucking do karaoke for a bit. I say that I mentioned that too. It's like you used to go and do. I think we talked about this before. You used to go and do karaoke. You used to do comedy at karaoke bars, right?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
like just pick songs with long instrumentals and try and sneak jokes in and stuff.
It's fucking
like,
great. That's fucking great. That should be a thing. Like
I
just
just-
jokey.
I heard jokey was a thing in the Bay Area.
Was
You
it
could like pick people would pick like old dice clay bits.
really? Oh wow, doing a dice clay bit, but you got to be careful with that. It's like getting up there as a white dude. I'm gonna do Richard Pryor's. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, I know. I think that's why they kind of had to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Is that people
Yeah.
kept going up and doing like Sam Kinison and like
Yeah, you can't like you nearly. I heard this, and I don't know if this is true because I saw it on Reddit. Well, I read this on Reddit, and there was a guy. They were like, "What's the most cringy thing you've ever seen working on a cruise ship or whatever?" And one guy said he's like, the cruise ship entertainment director didn't want to pay real comedians. So what they did was they hired actors to read comedy routines on stage. And they downloaded like Richard Pryor or like George Carlin,
George
Seven Dwarfs
Carlin,
or whatever.
yeah.
And they would have like just someone stand there and just read these things because like, oh, I pay an actor way less than I fucking pay a professional comedian. So just some guys doing Brian Regan bits, but just like to apparently it only 2 shows and then it was just fucking shut down. So they had because they didn't want to pay for the comedian because cruise boat acts make money, and so they were like, no, I'm just gonna download this. Like that's rough, man. Like, well,
Oh,
I know you guys wanted to
man.
see Paul McCartney, but instead I've just downloaded the lyrics
No,
to Hey
and-
Jude.
Dude, I've done some acting and stuff, and like, dude, I've gone off on tough acting auditions,
Mhm.
and you always hope on a lot of these. You're like, I hope I don't get this. This sounds like
Yeah,
a nightmare.
fuck yeah.
Like,
Dude, I was so bad at auditioning for shit. I would like pray not to get things because I have such anxiety about being on set. I hate it. I don't like it. Like stand up, I love it, but I hate acting. I don't like being it. And then every time like my agent would be like, "Hey, good news," I'd be like, "Ah, fuck." Like, oh no. It's like now I gotta go fucking wardrobe fitting. And every time I like drive to a wardrobe fitting, I'm like, fucking fuck my life. And I'm like, dude, this is what someone wants to do. And so I stopped.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
like
I can't
someone's
be doing
dream.
this. Yeah, I can't be fucking. It's different when you've been doing comedy a long time and you're like, You know, I always say that the difference between a new comic and an old comic is a new comic will be like, how much time do I get? How much time do I get to do? And an old comic will be like, how much time do I have to do? Because like there's a difference. But with acting, it's always like there's it's so many people trying to do it, and there's so few gigs, like, you know, and all the stuff I was getting was like, you know, dude who yells, hey, get out of that dumpster or some shit like that. And I hated it so much, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I could be podcasting, right?
All my best paid acting gigs are from friends that got a good directing gig.
Yeah, that's cool though. Like, because then at least your friend is running the thing, right? You know what I mean? So like if you're comfortable on set with a friend, that's fun. Like I always said, like, I wouldn't mind acting if I had like more authority than just a guy who came in. Like if I could get in, it couldn't get in as much trouble. But I'm always so fucked up about like fuck. That's why I love voice work, because it doesn't matter if you fuck up.
That's one thing I miss about I live in LA is I would always do like $50 gigs for my friends and as extra. I mean, I would do free extra stuff for friends if they really needed it. But like a lot of times, like, dude, like people would have like, oh yeah, I got a $50 2-hour extra gig for you if you want it. You don't wear a cop uniform. It's like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
in,
kind of
dude.
fun. Yeah, you get to wear like a uniform and shit like that.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of fun. But I mean, the costume thing, I mean, I guess you could show up for voice work in costume. It's a bit weird, but you could do it. Be like, hey, everybody. But I like voice work because you can literally just show up. Like the call is like 2 hours, it's like 4 hours maybe max, and you show up and you just fucking talk. And if you fuck up, you have the lines in front of you. You don't have to memorize shit. You can just stop and then go again.
That is one of those things where like 80% of the work is done by 20% of the talent, because
dude,
the people are so versatile and good.
It's so hard to get in, man. Like I finally started getting some pretty regular voice work. Like I've been back on the same project a few times, but dude, and it's one of those things where like, I mean, this of all the things I thought that I should probably be able to do, I was like, voice work I should probably be able to do. This isn't even my real voice. I'm Dutch. And so I was like, and sorry, I had a stroke. But I feel like I was like, that must be weird. If you've had a stroke once, you must be terrified of just making toast ever again, because you just don't know.
I can't tell if that was Dutch or Swedish.
It was Dutch and Swedish. It was together. It was Swatch. Dedish.
Swatch.
It's Dedish. I made my own language. It's Dedish. Dedish and Swatch. Which is
that's two rival factions.
Netherlands.
They hate each other, dude. Yeah.
Oh man. Well, we probably.
What is it? Is it the Netherlands? Is it Holland?
It's Holland. Are
they Dutch?
It's Dutch and the Swedes.
What's going on with all
Holland
that?
and the Netherlands. Netherlands sounds like a vague reference to genitals. You know what I mean? Like check out this Netherlands. Like, you know, like it sounds like a bit like
Netherlands sounds like that. Like
check out
the barbarian outlaw wasteland where it's like, oh, it's the Netherlands. It's like Beyond the Wall in Game of Thrones.
Don't go to Bowser's place in the Netherlands. There's booby traps in an alligator mode.
Yeah, with the piranhas.
The Netherlands just all fucking.
No, and then you gotta have like Dobermans or something, or Rottweiler. You got like big mastiffs or something.
You gotta have mastiff. Hey, dude, you gotta have a mastiff, right? You know.
No, a pack of mastiffs.
A pack of mastiffs. The pack of mastiffs. That's like Queens of the Stone Age, right? Same heavy band, like pack of mastiffs. Pack of mastiffs sounds like what the detective took out his trusty pack of mastiffs and lit one up.
I've been naming fake horses for this digital horse race game I do, you know, and Zed Run. And pack of mastiffs is actually a decent Zed Run.
Pack of mastiffs is fucking great, dude. Like you got to call it pack 'em. I think
next big one I'm gonna do is Bums Rush.
Bums Rush. I like that. I think we'll call this episode Pack of Mastiffs. I think we'll call it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are at the end of our episode. It's been so lovely talking with you. Thank you for being our first ever Zoom guest too, Scotty.
Hell yeah, dude.
Appreciate it. Is there anything we can plug to both listeners?
Yeah, check out Luck Stops Here podcast, my Vegas lifestyle show, where I'll be doing some new episodes coming up here. And then
it's a fun podcast.
I start new episodes too on the Zed Run Gambling Podcast. I'm back from a hiatus on that. So yeah.
Nice. Fuck, man.
Both those going, trying to juggle that. And then, you know, follow me on Twitter at Scott_Bowser for dick jokes and gambling picks.
Dick jokes and gambling tips. That's actually is that in your bio? Because it should be. If it is,
it should. I don't know. I think it says like comedy, cannabis, degen shit. Like,
yeah, that's about right. Comedy, cannabis, and degenerates.
Yeah.
Well, it's been lovely. I really, really appreciate it, man. It was lovely to chat with you. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, for my producer, Mikey Greenwood, that you can't see, a big round of applause for him. For my lovely guest, Mr. Scott Bowser, big round of applause for him. And Please like, rate, review the podcast, and or share it with your friend if you don't have a friend. That's why you're listening to the podcast. But please go on YouTube and give us a thumb or a like or a tweak or a tweet or whatever. And you can, there's lead links at the end of this. And that's what's wrong this week.